my God, I'm gonna come to New York and pilfer your belongings.
Yes, yes. You're gonna pilfer all the extras that I have.
Oh my God, we're live.
Oh, are we? Barely,
Just
barely. Oh
barely.
my God. Oh, is it? It's Friday, right? I gotta make
Is
you
it?
post-its.
It is. Okay, yeah. Good morning, everyone. It is
Oh my goodness.
Friday, May 5th,
Oh,
2023.
may the fifth be with you. All
Revenge of the 5th.
revenge.
Revenge of the 5th.
Yeah. Oh, is it?
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
yeah. Oh my God.
Oh, I lost all my nerd cred.
You'll get it back
Oh,
when you tell people what you did with your snowball.
oh yeah, exactly.
You ready for this?
Absolutely not. But hit it.
Alright, Get in the Tub, number 1, by Mitch Rogers. Now what do? I need an artist, an editor. There's so much to do. If only there was some kind of thing or show or something that could break down from start to finish how to make a comic. I could read a book on that, but I just realized I can't read. Oh my God, who are you?
Hi, I'm a hammer with googly eyes and I'm here to tell you about Build a Comics Workshop, a show featuring artist C. Michael Lanning and writer Chad Perkins building a comic from start to finish. Join in on the discussions and learn some tips and tricks on how to make comics. It's sure to be exciting, trust me, I'm a talking hammer. Tuesdays at 8:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on the Indie Comics Network.
You know
Oh
what my
my.
favorite part of that is?
What?
That awkward silence after, who are you?
Yeah, I know, right? You just hear the seagulls.
Good
I
morning,
can't
Daphne.
read. I can't wait for that show to start.
Go.
I really, because it's like, it's like, look, we obviously we had a little scare with C again, and it's like it's gonna take a bit, for this to kind of like, for what's going on to settle. And it's like, at least if the show starts, it means that he's well enough to actually start getting
Right.
back into the nonsense again.
Well, they're actually supposed to get together Sunday
Oh,
because
that's good.
even though C's trying to overdo it in other things, which hopefully
Right.
he's calming his ass back down now.
Right.
He does plan on still streaming. I mean, he's
Right.
able to get to his desk and stuff. It's just a matter of, do I look pretty enough to be on camera, or all the medical bruises gone?
Oh
Like,
no,
that type of thing.
yeah.
No, I'm just
Yeah, I
kidding.
know.
That's
I
just me.
could
But
imagine.
for real, he is like
No.
covered. It looks like they beat the shit out of him in the
Right, no,
hospital.
my mom was like the same way. It's like her arms was all covered with hematomas and stuff. I mean, yeah, it just that's just all the IVs and stuff. That's just what it does. It's awful. But it's like, but hopefully it just, his whole thing just requires an adjustment in the meds, and hopefully his body will find like, oh, okay, well, we'll just settle for this.
Yes, let's get better now.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh,
Oh my goodness. So other than that, how are you doing, Nita?
all right.
That's good.
All right. I'm
Yeah.
tired.
Who's joining us in the chat today?
So far we got Patrick and Carlos and about
hello.
6 or 7 other people who just have not identified themselves yet.
Right. Oh no, we can't have anonymous people in the chat. Are you
No.
guys coming from Facebook? Facebook users, declare yourselves. But it's like, before Ephraim hits the bell, yes, I do see you, the 7 people watching me from the giant eyeball on my screen from regions beyond. And because of that, if you're joining us from Facebook, if you're joining us from Twitter, come on over to YouTube, join the sexy people in the chat. Come keep Patrick company and Chad company, and all the anonymous Facebook users. Come, it's like, it's a lot more fun over here, because actually Facebook has a tendency to Facebook has a tendency to act up. I'm adjusting my chair here. And Twitter doesn't even allow us to see your comments. So, it's like, if you want to, us to comment on your stuff and whatnot, come on over. It's a lot easier on YouTube. Oh my goodness. So the official start of the show. Hello, everyone. My name is Daphne Lage, and I'm a cartoonist, illustrator, and comic book artist from New York. Hello, Grant. I have been self-publishing comics since 1992, and this is definitely the theme of the day.
Emotional damage.
And I am known for my furry fantasy adventure, Tall Tales, returning to Kickstarter later this year, but not too much later, actually a lot sooner than I expected. Once I still have these final pages. I gotta fucking finish this book. Jesus. Tall Tales, or so I thought, the first full color Tall Tales one-shot coming to Kickstarter. Link is in the show notes below for you to hit notify me, so you get notified when the campaign finally goes live. Because yes, kind of running on a schedule here, kind of, sorta. And I am also known for my medieval fantasy soap opera drama Eagle Raven, Heir of the First Unicorn, which returns to Kickstarter later this year with issue 7. Lucky 7, but not unlucky, but not lucky for our girl. So issue 7 coming later this year, which I am also in the process of working on. So again, if you want to follow Eagle Raven, you can go to the you can go to the link, my link tree, head on over to eagleworks.com. and sign up for the newsletter so you get notified when that goes live. Speaking of Kickstarters, speaking of fulfillments, because I just got the books in for the issue 6 campaign, save 10% on your next Gemini mailer order with our coupon code RAGIN10. If you have Kickstarters to fulfill, make sure that your books arrive to their destinations in pristine condition using Gemini comic supplies. And like I said, Ragin10, our coupon code, Ragin10, save 10%. But what if you don't need the boxes? I know you have a messy ass comic book collection you need to tidy up. They also sell bags and boards. Like the last time I made a purchase, I bought like 1,000 bags and boards. I was surprised how much money I saved using this coupon code, and I have to finally buy more. I had no idea I can go through 1,000 bags and boards so quickly, but you can save too with Ragin10, our coupon code at Gemini Mail, Gemini Comic Supply. Oh my goodness. And in the meantime, what happened?
Go ahead.
In the meantime, you can read both my comics online at Tall Tales, TAILSonline.com and eagleworks.com. And you can check out all my videos on how I make my comics here on YouTube at my channel at Daphne Lage, Lage Art, which also simulcasts through the Indie Comics Network. And to make sure I don't get to do this by myself, here's Nita. Uh-oh.
Okay, we're good now. All right.
Okay.
So anyway, my name is Nita Lanning. I'm a writer, vlogger, blogger from Southeast Louisiana, and I am the producer of the Indie Comics Network on YouTube.
Right.
And we bring you daily indie comics centered programming and other stuff. Just
Other
stuff
stuff.
and
And
stuff.
other stuff. Lots of stuff.
And stuff.
There's always something running on the channel.
But it always comes back to comics.
Yes, absolutely. So make sure you like, share, subscribe, hit the notification bell so that you get notified whenever any of our shows go live.
I was going to tell you, we have a pre-recorded bump for the Gemini mailer now.
Oh, really? We do?
Yeah.
Oh, you want to play it?
No,
Or
you just said it.
Next
time, we'll do it Monday.
Right. Yeah. You know what it is? It's like, because I keep forgetting to talk about Gemini mailers. So I have to, so I have to physically.
And I forget to play the bump because I hate my voice.
Oh, well, there you go. So you know what? There we go. We're still solving the issue of remembering to tell people we have Gemini mailer code. Oh my goodness. What I don't even know where to start.
Good morning, Vess.
Good morning, Vess. Hello. Oh my goodness. I guess it would be just save. I mean, what's funny is that, we have the title, The Business of Social Media. And for the past 3 days, I have been working on editing videos for my YouTube channel. Actually, I have a brand new video up already on my channel where I'm going through my stack of books that's over here, and I'm going to tell you all about it as I finish reading this pile, because it's like, you know what, it's I just add to it without reading it, as most of us are wont to do. And I just figure it's like, you know what? It's like, I really do have to get through these books so that I know what I'm talking about instead of just pointing to them. So the first, hey Rob. So the first video went up last night. So make sure you go over to my YouTube channel, which is still goddamn 3 subscribers away from 1,000. How annoying, how obnoxious. I know there's 80% of you watching my channel regularly that just refuse to hit that button. I don't know what your problem is.
It's hate watchers, I'm telling you.
I didn't think I had that many hate watchers. I don't understand the point of that. If I don't like something or someone, I just
don't tell them that. Let them continue to move the algorithm.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, because in the end, that's why watch hours are more
the girl after my heart.
Yeah, I know. It's like, but the thing is, though, it's like I just needed to mix it up on my channel a bit, and it's just like streams are very straightforward and no nonsense and no editing, but the thing is, I just needed to mix it up a bit. And especially in the last 3 days, I've been like kind of working on, and there's one video in particular that I've been really, really working on. And I'm kind of updating. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I know. I'm kind of updating. Well, I am updating a video that I previously did, which is kind of like a video comic. It's a video version of Eager Raven issue 1 so that you could watch it on YouTube. So I'm making not only am I replacing all the images, because originally it was in black and white, so it's going to be in full color. I'm putting in sound effects. I'm going to be doing a voiceover on it. I'm going to be actually reading the comic out loud.
Fancy.
I'm being mad extra on this.
How's that working out for you, Daphne?
Well, it's like, one crisis at a time. So I'm going like all out with this. I mean, really, if I could do like animations, like some people are doing with animated panels or stuff, I would do that too. But in the end, I just have to, do the videos with what I have, not with what I wish I have. Right. So yesterday I must have spent like 2 hours just doing the voiceover, which is just me reading the comic. And everything sounded, I mean, I don't know. It's like, this is why I don't like working on Macs, because for some reason I changed from a Mac, bring it to a PC, it's a completely different animal. So everything seemed to be going fine or whatnot. It sounded fine on the Mac. I bring it down to my PC to start editing it, and the shit sounds awful. You know, it sounds really tinny. It sounds really distant. I was like going, what the F? I mean, I have this whole setup. What's going on? You know, why does it sound, you know, awful? I mean, look, I mean, actually the rant videos that I have, because I listened to a couple of them, they still hold up. So, you know, because I listened, I rewatched my stop drawing anime crap video with my lovely clickbait title. You know, where everyone in the comments just reads
just
it.
wait for it.
Yeah, just reads the title, just reads the title, and then they just call me an asshole in the comments. I don't, you know, but I still leave it up because, like, look, you're obviously not watching the videos, so your comments are not my problem.
Right.
You know, so I just leave it, you know, but that episode still holds up. So I'm pretty sure, you know, so I was like, wait, okay, so all right, the video quality is not really up to stuff, but you know what? The audio is what matters to me in those rant videos. So I'm just leaving them as is. But I wanted to redo this video comic. And because in the end, it's like, I want to make sure that no matter what platform you catch me on, you have an opportunity to read issue 1. Yeah. So whether you go on my website, you download the PDF, you download the PDF from Kickstarter or whatnot, you know, it's like, I always want you to have that opportunity to like, oh, read my comic. So I was fighting with this audio. I mean, I was just like trying to figure out, it's like, what the hell? I mean, I was so upset. I mean, like I said, it was like 2 hours worth of work, just completely wasted, you know, and then it's like, I figured, fuck it. Let me go continue working on the never ending Tall Tales pages that never seem to finish, no matter how much I work on them. So, so I ended up working on that. And then like later on in the evening, I decided, you know, I had a clearer head. I did some Tall Tales work, you know, and so it's like, okay, let me find out what's going on so I can try again tomorrow. I go look at my setup. I go look at my microphone and I go, you know what? I'm going to remove this pop filter that I have. You know, I have like because I removed it from my Yeti because I thought the Yeti here, because I don't know. It just there's this thing always in my face. And I really didn't think it improved my sound quality, you know, any. So I just removed it. So I have this blue Snowball microphone. So it's like, okay, you know what? Let me find out what's going on. You know what? Let me take off the pop filter. I fucking take off the pop filter. The fucking microphone was backwards. I was talking to the ass end of this microphone the entire 2 hours. You know, I didn't know which made me madder.
Bro, when you messaged me that, I didn't even know how to reply. I'm just like,
LOL.
Good night, Daphne.
It's like, LOL, good night. It's like, yeah, you know what? You're right. I need to sleep on this.
It's like, wow.
I was so mad. The shit was backwards. And it was just because what happened was that the way the pop filter was on, I couldn't tighten the legs on it all the way. So it was a little loose. But because that pop filter is so large, you know, that the weight of it had actually turned the microphone, but because it's so large, I didn't see it do that. I just thought, you know,
because the pop filter's this big, the blue's like this,
right? Yeah. So when I remove the pop filter, I just see the butt of the microphone, and I go, for fuck's sake. Just when you think you're borderline professional, right? Just when you think
emotional damage.
I went to bed. I went to bed, texted Nita, fucking microphone is backwards. And then I went to bed. It's like, so now it's like, I could just, all right, fine. Okay. It's like, now it's like later on, I can work on the video with a clearer head and I know what I'm doing now, hopefully. But here's the funny thing. Here's the funny thing about that, right? So later on, it's like, because in between that whole thing, I was telling Nita, I had to scrap all that work. And I go, the funny thing is that, here we are in an environment, right? In an environment now that requires us to be online. It's like, there is no just log off. No, you can't. It's like, everything is set up now so that you have to.
You didn't have a producer, Jay.
Yeah, no. You see, and that's the thing too. I really should have double checked the audio on my PC, knowing that the Mac is a liar.
Macs are bitches, man.
So yeah, there was a lot of, you know what it is? I was, it's not that I was being lazy, but I was being lazy in all the little things that in the end counted to the one big thing. So yeah, so it's like, yeah, you're right. I do not do sound. I didn't do sound checks. I didn't test my settings. I didn't do anything because I just wanted to record and get out. And the lazy work twice, right? That's what the saying. That's what the saying is.
It's the rule.
It's the rule, So, and it's like, so here I was scrapping 2 hours worth of work for a video that I had already spent like 2 days editing before I even done the voiceover. And even then, I'm probably going to have to spend probably another day tweaking everything. Because also what I learned was that my voiceover doesn't time with the video that I had on top of it. So I have to go back to it's a whole thing, right? Just to make one video. Just to make this one video, but mind you, it's a special video, so I want to make sure it's correct. But here's the thing. It's to make this one video that's going to go up on YouTube. And I have no idea like how it's going, like people are going to react to it, whether I'm even going to get 3 subscribers out of this video, where anybody's going to be interested in my book because of it, and that's kind of like the crazy thing about it, where it's like, here I am hammering on this, on this video. Yeah. Yeah. Hammering on this video, for a very dubious return.
Right.
But the thing is though, is that up until the point I realized shit was going foobar and didn't know it, I was having a hell of a time. I'm having a lot of fun with this video. It's like, what pissed me off most about the voiceover was that I was really into that voiceover. I was reading all the dialogue. I was doing voices. All the voices. I was doing inflection. I was doing all of that. And I was just having a hell of a time. And to realize that's like, it was like kind of like a waste. But
then you just feel like a dumbass after.
Yeah, I really did. I really did. It's like, going to bed. Thank you, Patrick. So in the end, what I have to do is I just have to consider yesterday a dry run.
Right.
Where it's like, okay, because of what I did yesterday, I know that, my video timing is off. I'm going to have to like either read a little faster, or I have to adjust the actual video to how I'm actually reading it, which is just going to be, it's going to be more effort, but whatever. Like I said, for me, the end result's going to be worth it, but worth it to who? That's the funny thing about, like realizing that
Is it worth it to you?
Yes. Yes.
Okay.
It
And
is.
there's
You
the
see, and in
answer.
the end, it's like that's what Nita was asking me. It's like, were you having fun? You know, it's like it's like, yes, is this effort, it's like, is it worth it? Are you going to finish this video? Yes, yes, yes. Was I annoyed at myself? Yes, I was. But I think that, it's funny. I think that once I got the smaller video finished and uploaded, so I got something out yesterday, I felt better. I felt more accomplished. But again, it's like I even made that shorter video like whatever, what my reading pile. I don't have a name for the series yet. Tales from the Pile. I don't know. And and once I got that up, I felt like, okay, I accomplished what I actually set out to do, which was to get a video up again. But again, it's like that effort. Does that effort? Well, you have
There's a problem with that, though.
Well, you see, and the thing is that, like, I understand your point, John, with that, because for the longest time, it's like,
But she would see Daphne's
Yeah.
OCD like that.
I would know.
And so then she wouldn't enjoy it. So then the
Right.
video would have been a waste of time.
Right, exactly. Yes, exactly.
That's it.
So I was talking the other day about how the only thing you have control over is your effort, not the results. I mean, you can't even claim, you can't even be entitled to the results, because there's nothing to be entitled to. You have no control over that. I mean, not that it stops people, but you have no control over that. So that can't completely factor into what I'm doing in the end. Just like I can make this comic that yeah, I know.
For the day.
Or I can make this comic, put all this effort into Eager Raven, into Tall Tales, and look, I've been doing this since '92, and it still feels like I'm starting from scratch after all this time. Because it's like there's always this kind of like shift that happens. That's like, oh fuck, I have to start from scratch, and that's what it always feels like. But it's like, but look, it's like,
But are you starting from scratch, or are you evolving?
Well, I'm definitely evolving. Evolving into what, I don't know. It's like, I don't know if this is like, is this the spinal column branch, or is this the pituitary?
You're going to be a glorious Sylveon, Daphne.
It's like, this is the branch, it's like, oh, this is, or it could be the branch where we formed ankles or something, whatever. It's like, I don't know. It's like, it's like, it's like, probably, it's I have to digivolve. That's what it is. I just, I'm kind of very slow, I'm more like a Snorlax now.
Microevolution is fine.
Yeah,
It's fine.
exactly.
It's progress.
Yeah. So, so there's this whole thing. It's like, oh, am I a video? Am I a YouTuber, or am I a comic book artist? Well,
Yes.
Well, you see, that's the thing. The answer is yes. And in the end, what I have to realized a while ago. Hey, friend.
We are not doing introductions.
Yeah, it's we did the introductions already. So that's the thing, where it's like, a while ago I came to the conclusion, after watching some other people and kind of like, I don't understand it. It's like, how is it that, like, they're doing this and that, but most likely, yes,
like
yes.
Sylveon.
All right. I don't know. It's like, I feel more like what's the one that's the mushroom plant that's always drooling? I feel like that one. It starts off as a little radish, and then it turns into this
Oh,
mushroom that
yeah,
grew.
okay.
That one. I kind of feel like that one. Whatever that one is. So so I thought, like, you could have one without the other, that it's like, okay, you know what, I just want to do my comic, fuck social media, I don't care. It's like, I'm tired of, like, but like I said, there comes a point where it's like, oh shit, this is part of my portfolio.
Mm-hmm.
And the first time I actually realized that, especially like in terms of YouTube, we were at dinner with several friends. This was years ago, or six something years ago. And one guy was talking about, like the two of our friends, Gloom. Yes, thank you. And the two of our friends were talking about, it's like, oh, showing off your portfolio and this, that, and the other thing. And I don't remember who said what, but one of them had said nobody wants to see physical portfolios anymore. All they want, this was 6 years ago, all they want to see is a link to your whatever, your sizzle reel or something. It's like they just want to see a link and move on.
Right.
So they were kind of going back and forth with that, but I internalized that idea that it's like, you know what, if somebody did ask me for my portfolio, to see my portfolio, but they wanted to see a video, I didn't have anything. It's like, what would it look like? And I ended up, like, soon after, making a portfolio video that's the kind of like it, that's to this day still the welcome video on my channel at Daphne Lage art, by the way. So when you go there for the first time, you see my portfolio video there. So that's the video that I made as a direct relation to that conversation that we were, that they were having. And then it's kind of like it built from there, where it's like, okay, they see this video, now what? How do I build up? If YouTube is going to be my portfolio, how do I build this up? And that's kind of where I'm at right now, where it's like, everything that you see on my video is on my YouTube channel is very thought out as to how I want these videos to represent me. If someone just came across my YouTube video, it's my portfolio. Just like if they come across your website, what are they seeing? How are they interpreting your work and you and your work? How are you engaging with the viewer? And yeah, it's kind of very easy to like, oh, well, I'm not an online person. I'm just doing my comic and whatnot, right? Which is fine. I mean, it's like, yeah, it's like there are days that I wish that it's like I didn't have to worry about editing a video for 3 days.
Now there's days we don't even want to live stream.
Right. Yeah.
Monday's
exactly.
the prime example. Both of us were just totally bitching in the green room, and then it's
Right.
like, "Good morning, everyone."
Exactly.
Yeah,
Here we
it was
go.
really
Faces
like,
on.
fuck this shit.
Sometimes it feels like Jose was watching Pulp Fiction last night, and like that opening scene where it's like that Jules and Vince were about to enter the room with the 3 guys in there to get the briefcase, and Jules is like, okay, time to get into character. It's like,
never watched that all the way.
I mean, it's a acquired taste.
Well, there's 2 actors I cannot stand in one movie.
Oh, which one?
I'm not gonna name them,
no,
that's just being full of hate. I'm not doing that because
okay.
I have no justification for why I don't like them. It's just every time they come on screen, it's like that the movie's over.
Right? Yeah. I mean, yeah, I have actors that are like that.
I have
too.
4 people that I do that with.
Right? Yeah. No, I have actors that are that. It's like, but the awful thing about it is that if I didn't push through,
Good morning, Tyler.
some of my favorite movies, I wouldn't have. I wouldn't have seen. Oh, you're welcome. You're welcome. Yes, my first video was about the girl with the mega fists. So if you want to check out that video on my channel, it's an overview. I was just happy I finished reading something. So you can check out that video on my YouTube channel. And what's funny is that, speaking of Tyler, it's like, of course, I was, I always have, I'm subscribed to him on Twitter. So he had posted this thing where someone had posted, I guess that they meant facetiously, it's literally a list. Patreon, bring your own audience. Webtoons, bring your own audience. Tapas, bring your own audience. Indiegogo, bring your own audience. Kickstarter, bring your own audience. And I guess the whole point of, it's like, and then it's like their next thing was saying, public signing, bring your own audience. Publisher, bring your own audience. And then they go, it's like all entry-level positions require experience. How do you find your audience if you don't want to go the Jubilees route? I have no idea what that fucking word means, but, we'll just, it's like pretty much, but the thing is, though, it's like, so Tyler answered his whole thing saying, this will forever be the creator conundrum. The solution in 2023 to solve this is to crack the following equations. Step 1, content plus creator equals audience. And remember, his definition, content is your social media presence. Your comic is your product. Step 2, audience plus product, which is your comic, equals sales. And number 3, blank, and 4, profit. So the thing,
I would say, just let that one link be a link tree, and let them go to their preferred, like, from that collection.
I swear to God,
because
it's like,
each has its own purpose. Each has its own audience. Because people that follow me on Twitter are not the same people that follow me on YouTube, and they're not the same people who follow me on Facebook.
Right.
So, I mean, there is some crossover, but there are extreme differences too.
Yeah. I swear to God, Meredith had been pushing Linktree on me for the longest time.
He did.
And when I finally did it, the shit was a game changer.
Yeah.
Being able to have
not sponsored, by the way, but we should be.
Not spawn. But just the fact that you could just give one link and it gives every part of your portfolio pretty much. And you see, and that's the thing. I treat everything like this is my portfolio. It's not like when we first signed on to the internet, at 13 and came up with like weird sassy names and,
Spy and Storm 311.
Right. Yeah, exactly. Right. Exactly. It's like, no, consider everything in your social media, your part of your portfolio, because in the end, anybody who wants to get to know you better, that's where they're going. What's your Facebook? What's your Twitter? What's your Patreon? What's your whatever? It's like your YouTube channel. Right, exactly. Right. They all want to know where can they go to see your work, to see what represents you.
And Linktree sums that up.
Right, yeah. And here's the thing. So going back to the to the tweet, yes. Right? So this person was lamenting that, every platform you have to bring your own audience, right? Although I do have to say my only exception to that is Kickstarter. There is a way to start from scratch on Kickstarter and build your audience. That's exactly what I did. My first campaign, even though it only attracted 14 backers, I didn't know what the fuck I was doing, okay? But it grew from there. 14 from 44 to 100 and something, so it's like, so now my goal is to kind of like try to break 200, but in the end, that's still on me to do it. It's like, obviously Kickstarter, the way their algorithm is set up, it is possible to go on Kickstarter and start your audience there. But here's the trick. You have to continue building it. Kickstarter, none of these platforms are going to do that for you. So that's where YouTube comes in. That's where just social media in general comes in. That's where, like, for me, Facebook, it's like, that if my audience, if I engage my audience the most on anything, it's YouTube and Facebook.
Right.
Right. And of course, I do have a growing mailing list that I'm nurturing. Like I said before, my biggest regret was like the 10 year span that we had between getting kicked out of Diamond and then like getting, like learning about Kickstarter and all this stuff again, and mailing lists. I didn't build my mailing list. That if I had really made it an effort to build my mailing list during that 10 years, I would have been in a better position now. But in the end, it's only me building that, so, and here's the thing, and here's definitely the thing. Everybody wants to complain about, oh, you can't just show up. But because in the end, I think that's what this person is complaining about. I can't just show up.
Well, you got to fucking start somewhere.
Yeah, so, exactly.
Yeah, absolutely. You can just fucking show up. I came out of the fucking abyss.
So it's like, right. It's like, it's like they're upset that they can't just show up and people throw money at them. And it's like, look, that's not how it works. It's like, look, as an indie publisher, that's how it always worked. You have to actually do something to merit that attention. Just like you can't just go to a convention and expect a line around your table and no one's ever heard of you before. You don't have, a publishing house behind you. You don't have a mega corporation that has a department specifically for that. And even then they don't do that anymore. Right. Yeah, exactly. It's like I always, like a really big example of this that I would always bring up, right, is that you have David Peterson who does Mouse Guard. This is a guy who has to constantly crank out work. I don't know what he's doing now, but when he was at the height of Mouse Guard fame, he had to constantly keep putting himself out there. Even though he had one of the hottest properties, right? He had to keep that wheel moving, or else, hey, Dave, or else he was going to disappear the second he stopped. Even with the hottest property. Dave Sim did a comic for 300 fucking issues. And, granted, he kind of destroyed a lot of his audience on his own. But when he ended the run, it was like he never existed. So
can I clarify what I meant by like you absolutely, because I was we were on separate pages on that train of thought there.
No, go ahead.
Because when I say you absolutely can just show up, you've got people now who are coming in feeling fucking defeated. It's like, but you still have to fucking start somewhere. You have to fucking come in, and yeah, you might be the fucking bottom of the fucking cesspool or whatever, and have to mutate and climb your way up and whatever. But that's what I meant.
Right.
You absolutely still have to consider marketing and promotion, because unless you're Brian Pulido, most people don't know who the fuck you are.
Right. And Brian Pulido built that audience for 35 years.
Right.
So that's the thing. It's like, guys are showing up where they think that they could put out a kitty book for 2 months and think that, oh, I'm going to be just like Brian Pulido. And it's like, that's not how that works. That's not how it even worked for him. So, and that's the thing too. And these are numbers I will stand by. So when I did my aggregation of the 200 most funded Kickstarters, right? Yes, it is the lifespan of Kickstarter so far, right? But these are the top of the top. If you want to be some kind of TNA flash in the pan, making the equivalent of low-end retail salary in New York, that's on you. I'm talking about, the people who really, really are successful on Kickstarter. Oh, and also, if you're Keanu Reeves, you can fuck off as well.
And Wesley Snipes.
That's a guy who could just show up and sell a comic, okay? He proved that on Kickstarter. But out of everybody on the top 200 list, okay, the common denominator is that they were all playing the long game, that they all built their audience off of Kickstarter and then made it pay off on Kickstarter. They didn't use Kickstarter to build their audience. They made it pay off on Kickstarter. You know, these were comics who they had been publishing for years, decades even. Brian Pulido included. You know, and when they got on Kickstarter, their audience pulled through. That's who makes up the majority of the people who make the most money on Kickstarter. They have that audience outside of Kickstarter. Are they exceptions to the rule? Yes, there are definitely exceptions to that rule. You know,
but that's like winning the fucking lottery,
right?
Like,
you know, it's.
And even still, you never win if you don't play. So
right. I mean, you know,
all into it.
But you know what? Statistically, you have a better chance of having a small success on Kickstarter than actually winning the lottery. That's small. You know, I mean, it's like, look, you have to make it past the 30% of Kickstarters that don't fund.
Right.
Okay. 30% of Kickstarters that launch don't fund. So at all. So once you make it past that hump, you're pretty much average. You know, most of the people on Kickstarter, I think they make between like 1,000 and 9,999. That's the majority. That's right. The majority. You know, so it's like if you're in that segment, you're at least doing better than the 30% who couldn't get their shit together. You know? So, but the thing is, though, is that you have to build that. You have to build it. You have to study it. You have to keep working at it. Does it guarantee anything? Absolutely not. You know? And that's, yes. And I can understand people being frustrating with that. You know, when we're in this hellish gig economy where now we're required to do absolutely everything. And the funny thing about it is that, like I said, as somebody who's been independently publishing since 92, sorry, not sorry. I don't feel bad for you, because that's pretty much what we've been having to do for all those years. You know, you just got to figure out, like, you just got to grind at it and figure it out. But here's the thing also. I mean, in the end, on top of everything, you still have to make a product worth buying.
Right.
You still have to make a product that people in that long run, is somebody going to be following your comic for 35 years?
Right.
I literally have people that's been following my comic for that time, for that entire time. You know, that are still part of my audience. You know, so it's like, you still have to come out. You still have to produce work that people want to read in the long term. It's like, sure, can you like come out with some kind of throwaway project that has like 17 variant covers by all these different artists, and it's like that's what mostly everybody buys, right? You know, it's like, it's like, but in the end, it's like nobody's really buying your comic. Like, what kind of audience are you building on that foundation?
The kind that as soon as you release your own product with your own one variant cover, that it doesn't fund.
You know, or the second you change, you know, it's like, you know, so it's like, look, it's like we always say, there's no shortcuts, you know, there's no, you know, there's no secret sauce, there's no nothing. I mean, are there particular projects that you could do really quick and maybe fund a little bit better than others on Kickstarter? Sure. Yeah, maybe, but is that what you want to waste your time doing? You know, it's like I said, there's easier ways to make money. You know, But the thing is, that's why you have to really want this, because you need to add everything that we talk about here into this equation. You have to consider social media. You can't ignore it. You have to do, especially like YouTube. I mean, YouTube probably is the most stable of all the platforms currently.
Yeah, currently.
It's aside from some heavy algorithm changes they made years and years they made years ago. I mean, pretty much YouTube has remained unchanged. Stable, pretty much.
Unlike Facebook that changes everything every 2 weeks, and
right?
Twitter that's gone to
like,
fucking
and
whatever
Patreon
the fuck that is,
and all these other like they it's like they build that audience, and after like 2 or 3 years, they're changing the entire system. And it's like, so that's why it's like I'm focusing on Twitter. I mean, not on Twitter, on YouTube, because I'm finding that it's like, okay, this is where I'm seeing engagement. My Facebook is where I'm seeing engagement. This is, and again, it's like, if you think about it as part of your portfolio, I think it makes it easier to visualize what you need to focus on.
Right.
Yeah, it's like, would I have spent 3 hours, 3 days on a video, making a video under any other circumstances? I don't think so. Like on my own. But if this is what's, if this is what I need to do to, I don't know, garner attention, because in the end, that's what we're doing.
Right.
I might as well
professional attention whores.
Yes, exactly. It's like, I might as well try to have fun with it and produce things that it's like, you know what? Yeah, it's like, I want to produce a video that I can show off and go, yeah, I put that together. It's like, yeah, I edited my own video. Yes, thank you. Type of thing.
Once I turned my microphone around.
Yeah, yes, I couldn't figure out how a fucking microphone worked, but I can edit. I can spend 3 days editing a video. So yes, it was just funny, like kind of really thinking about like all this effort that we're putting in. And it's like, yeah, it does make you sit down. It does make you sit down and wonder. It's like, God, is this effort worth it? And it's like, and honestly, I don't know. I really don't. I mean, your attitude, but one thing's for sure though, if you're going to come in and say, oh, why the fuck bother? I have to build this.
100%.
Oh no, absolutely. Yeah.
And that goes with live content too, because live content will get great replays if you take the content that's not going to be evergreen and move that towards the last 10-15 minutes of whatever it is you're doing.
Yeah. But here's the thing. But like I said, it's, if you're going to come into this lamenting how, oh, this is so hard. You mean I have to build my audience? I can't just show up? I'm not going to have much sympathy for you. If you're going to come in already going, it's like, oh, what the fuck is the point? And I go, you know what? You're right.
Then you don't have enough skin for this.
Then it's like, you know what? Go do something else. I mean, it's like, look,
go talk to your therapist about it.
Yeah, exactly. It's like, you want to go on Twitter and complain about how it's like, oh, it's, selling a comic or whatever is just like, an entry-level job where they want 5 years experience. And it's like, yeah, okay. All right. Now what? What are you going to do with that information? Yeah, it's like, okay, yes, it's exactly like that. Now what? So yeah, so that's so it's like
right. Oh my gosh. Yeah, it's kind of fucking sad when you see these people that are giving up before they even try, and it's like, man,
because it's too hard.
It's all trial and error and figuring it out.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, I've been thinking about. I've been creators will come up with anything. What in terms of excuses?
Well, and content too. Like one
Yeah.
thing, okay, here's a big issue I'm seeing right now, and I am
Right.
not knocking anyone in particular because there are bunches of people doing this.
Right.
Okay, so like say you have a themed show and you're focusing on alien abductions or unicorns or fairies or what the fuck ever, you're going to draw in a larger audience to view that. But a lot of these people that are doing those types of videos are like, well, why am I not seeing YouTube's worthless because I'm not seeing an increase in my sales? And it's like, well, motherfucker, maybe that's because you're not selling comics, you're selling the subject that you're talking about at the time. So these people that are coming over to in the droves to fucking see what you're doing, they're not there to buy a fucking comic book. They're just there to hit you up in your chat, tell you about their alien abduction experience, and move the fuck on.
Right.
You still have to put the
yeah.
focus on the fucking books.
Right.
No matter
I mean,
what.
yeah. Because there was a thing that Rob was that Rob had mentioned on Monday, Rob Multari, where he says that he had gotten the people that annoy me most are the ones who just post a campaign and then start interacting and then complain they get no buyers.
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, attitude is that
build
it's
an
like, well,
audience.
you won't get ahead with that attitude, you know? It's like yeah. No,
Shit,
it's
man.
true. It's true.
Oh my gosh.
It's true. That Rob had said that
that's it.
That he has that he had gotten on this mailing list. He had gotten this mailing list that was created from like a Supernatural. It was based on Supernatural, the TV show. Right. So he put this mailing list into his 6,000. He got 6,000 subscribers. Right. He lost all of them. Why? Because one, it's like, they were the people who were signing up to this list were only there for the contest. And then once the contest was over, they didn't want to kind of like hold up their end of the bargain, which was now you're going to get all these emails from all these different creators that have something similar. Right. That you might be interested in, because we've used those mailing
list builders.
That's
why paying for the mailing list never works. Never.
Well, here's the funny thing. We were able to make it work. The two we did 3. We did a studio, because what it is that, so this group, they do a contest. Everybody signs up to win whatever prize it is. But the trade-off is that, okay, you are signing up for actual multiple mailing lists at the same time by doing this, because all of these creators are going to be sending you information about items that you might be interested in because you were interested in this list.
I'm talking about the guys that are always hitting you up in your DMs, like,
with the Fiverr
list. Yeah, for $35, and I'll promote you twice and share you.
No, I'm not talking about that at all. I'm talking about list builders. So we've done 3 of them. We did one for Studio Ghibli, we did one for Hellboy, and we did one for Dungeons and Dragons, right? And here's the funny thing. We didn't put them in our mailing list technically, because what happens is that if you have, and I forgot to ask Rob this, because the one time I did that, I had so many unsubscribes afterwards that MailChimp suspended my account.
Oh, holy shit.
Because it's like
people are like, fuck you, I'm out.
Right. Yeah. It's like if you have a certain percentage, if you go over a certain percentage of people who unsubscribe, I guess like MailChimp thinks that you're doing exactly that. You're buying lists, general lists, and putting them in, trying to beef up your numbers, and you're pretty much a spammer at that point. So I don't do that. So what I did, once I learned that, the hard way, by the way,
as all lessons
I took those mailing lists and instead I put them into Facebook. So I made a Facebook audience from those lists. So I still have I have like my actual mailing list only has like 600 people, but the list builder gave me around like 17,000 addresses. Probably because when you were cleaning them out, you probably was able to, clean them out before MailChimp could ding you on it. So so I put like 17,000 emails, those emails into Facebook. And when I was running ads for my campaigns, I focused those ads on that mailing list, and I actually got a better return.
Look at you, clever girl.
On that. So that might be for, so if you're going to try something like this, that's what I would recommend. Now, the thing is, I haven't run Facebook ads for the last couple of campaigns because I had a really, really bad experience with one particular campaign. And, I was just, it was just awful. I was just attracting, I only had trolls coming.
That's all that it did for us last time too.
Yeah.
When I did an overall of the network.
Yeah. So I decided to wait, wait a couple of campaigns to kind of make up for the money that I wasted on that. And then probably on the next Eagle Raven campaign, or I'm going to go back to that and what it is that I just cater the ads to that Facebook audience that I put in there, because they've already established, they have similar interests. So my ad showing up in their feeds shouldn't be an issue.
Right.
As opposed to doing a cold list, like I did with the Facebook the last time, and you're just there was nobody that made the effort to comment bullshit on my ads, that I went to their Facebook pages and they didn't have anything related to comics on their Facebook pages.
Right.
So I don't understand. It's so how is it you're not interested in my shit, but you're just enough of an asshole to have to tell me about it?
How pinpoint were you doing your demographic when you were running the ad? Because
look, I
one I had the most success with
Yeah.
was I used the keywords. I used comics, comic books, indie comics, Marvel, DC.
Yeah.
I used a whole bunch of keywords, but then I targeted in male only and 30 to 55, and it was
those
that
were the
one I
assholes
saw.
that were up my ass the entire time. So that didn't work for me either. So I was able to get around. Yeah, I was able to get around that mailing list issue by redirecting the, but I mean, it's but in the end, like I said, it's does it really help? I don't know. I know that I'm getting more engagement when I was doing that, so probably have to go back to doing that. But yeah, it's unfortunately nowadays you can't. Oh, I just want to create. I just want to write. I just want to do art. And it's not. I mean,
there's the rare exception, because I've been told before, well, so and so is blowing up and he's selling blah 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 blah, and nobody even knows what he looks like. Yeah, but he's the one in a million.
Right. But not only that, though, they're only telling you what they're seeing. We don't know that backstory. Because it's we're seeing people who look like they're coming out of nowhere, and it's no, they're coming from somewhere. They're just hiding their tracks. Or we can't see their tracks. That's what it is. So it's it's but even if they did come out of nowhere, statistically that's not you.
Right.
So it's so I'm going to go back to like I said, spending another day re-editing this video. And like I said, when I finally put it up, who knows what I'll accomplish out of it. But the one thing that I do know for certain, is that I'm having fun with this video, aside from technical difficulties. It's true. You're not special. You're not special. So you know what? But the thing is, though, you know what that means? It means that any of this advice has the potential of working. You're not so much of an anomaly that none of this applies to you. So you're just going to stand there. Yeah, it's true.
Oh my God. True. I love this analogy.
Or they just end up, just bitching about it on YouTube.
I'm totally jacking that from Jake. I'm stealing it, and it's going to be my next banner.
I mean, it's like that's the thing. I mean, it's like, look, this is all information, and it's all free information. All you have to do is Google, and it's like, how do I build an audience? And you will get pretty much predominantly the same info over and over and over again. You either do something with it, or you're just going to sit back and just like bitch about how you have to do the work.
Right.
And it's like, look, nobody can want this more than you.
No.
So it's like, if you don't feel your work is worth the effort,
then don't bother.
Go do something else. Then you know what? Maybe you're not meant to do this. Oh my God. I'm getting meaner as the show goes on. Maybe we should...
At least I want to take my audience on a few dates to see if
exactly. I think that's important. I think that's important. You know what? We're at the top of the hour anyway. So it's like, maybe we should go before it's like something comes out of my mouth that shouldn't.
Yeah, we should totally dart, because now I'm all jacked up on Monster.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah. So any final thoughts on this, Nita?
Do the fucking work. I mean, just do the work and stop. Oh my God. I'm bitching. Like, I feel bad because it's like it's almost like hypocritical because I'm bitching about people bitching, but quit fucking bitching.
Right. Yeah.
Like, just quit fucking bitching. Do the work.
Right. Exactly.
And just because your mama loved you, don't mean I'm gonna love you.
Right.
That's the reality.
I mean, yeah, it's like, look, because it's like, look, when Tyler's whole post went viral, I mean, the biggest takeaway that I had from that is people don't want to be told to just do the work. I mean, really, people just don't want to be told that. They want to be given some kind of magic answer, and there is no magic answer. But here's the thing. Even OnlyFans, you have to build your audience.
Yeah, and they got to work. Believe me, it's hard to get into some of them positions and change angles and worry about
back hurts
stuff. My back hurts. I dislocated my shoulder trying to position myself.
Like I said, I will always remember being at New York Comic Con next to a bikini model. Okay. She wasn't even a cosplay model. She was a bikini model who happened to wear a Wonder Woman costume in one of her photos. It's like, and for the longest time, before cosplayers, it's like when bikini models were a big thing at conventions, all the dealers, we're not making money because everybody's spending money on the bikini models and yada, yada. I've never seen somebody work so hard in my life to make a sale than that bikini model. And the thing is, though, I got frustrated for her because it's like she was trying to sell these photos. And it's like guys would come up to her and they would completely monopolize her time. She would have to sweet talk them. She would have to
and they'd be the ones that walk away buying not a fucking thing.
Right, exactly. And it's like she would literally be pulling everything out of the book, trying to get these guys to fucking buy something. There came a point where I wanted to scream at them. She doesn't want to go on a date with you. Just buy the fucking photo.
Right?
I mean, it's like she was even selling those acrylic sleeves for posters. So it's like if she was like sees you passing by with a poster, she'll go, hey, protect your poster. I have these acrylic sleeves for $5 that you can, I mean, I've never seen anybody hustle so hard. I felt embarrassed. It's like
you wasn't working it enough.
I wasn't working it enough. I really wasn't. So it's like, so don't tell me it's like, oh, some people just have it easier. Okay, so it's not you then. Right. So now what? What are you going to do about it?
Cry or work?
Right. You're going to cry or you're going to, I mean, granted, there are days that I've been crying.
Well, we cry anyway, but we're women and we're sensitive, right?
That's fine.
Yeah, whatever.
As long as you're working.
Emotional little bitches.
Emotional damage.
Yeah, let's get out of here.
Yeah, we better get the fuck out of here
Yeah.
because we're gonna get off the rails in a
we're gonna
minute.
be, yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
let's
So
do it.
thank you so much to everybody in the chat for commenting. Thank you so much to the 10 people still watching this mess next to my giant eyeball on the screen. Thank you so much. So you have any final thoughts, Nita? For real?
I'm ready to go. I'm ready to go, Daphne.
Okay.
Let's go.
So if you want to check out my work and see more of my whatever it is that I'm doing, especially on YouTube, you can head on over to my main portfolio site at egoworks.com, EGOWORKS, where you can find links to all of my galleries and social media sites, part of my portfolio. But I mostly post to Facebook if you're interested in seeing sketches and current work in progress updates. And of course, YouTube for all my brand new videos, my older videos, and my semi-weekly art live streams Wednesdays from 4 to 6 p.m. Eastern. I say semi just to give myself a little out if I decide to skip a day, but it's Wednesdays.
Everything is semi here.
Yeah, exactly. It's like
Everything.
Wednesdays from 4 to 6 p.m. Remember that you can also read Eager Raven, Heir of the First Unicorn on my website for free. It uploads every day, Monday through Friday. If you're feeling impatient, you can also download a PDF of the first 16 pages of the first issue to try it out. And make sure you sign up for my newsletter so that you get notified when the launch page for issue 7 comes out. Goes live later this year. But if you prefer your fantasy to be more of a furry Lord of the Rings adventure, you can follow the link over to Tall Tales Online. That's TAILS online.com. And not only can you read the first 20 issues of Tall Tales for free, but you can also read the current story arc, Tears of the Mother, which is also uploading every day, Monday through Friday, on the website as well. And again, sign up for the newsletter so that you get notified. You will get notified when all these new campaigns go live. So thank you again, everybody, for joining us on this Friday. I'm tired. I'm cranky. I got a video to edit. And in the words of the ancients, eat your food, moisturize. Eat your food, moisturize.
Do the work.
No, yeah, do the work. Yes, yeah. Oh, mind your business.
Yeah, mind your fucking business.
Yeah, mind your business. Don't worry about what everybody else is doing. So eat your food, moisturize, mind your business, and do the work. Because when you actually do the work, you never have to fake any of your accomplishments. So remember that. Remember, please. Yes, it's hard work, but it's worth it. Trust me. That video that I'm going to be putting out, 3 days, 4 days worth of editing. Will it be worth it? Well, to me, it will be, but it'll be worth it. Trust me. The work is worth it. Thank you so much for joining us, and we'll see you guys later.
And turn your mics around.
Yes.
Well, then get your shit together. Get it all together and put it in a backpack. All your shit, so it's together. And if you gotta take it somewhere, you know? Take it to the shit store and sell it. Or put it in a shit museum. I don't care what you do. You just gotta get it together. Get your shit together.